The Little Things panel is starting right now in Northelios Auditorium. We all love little things because they add up to make great things. Here to lead this panel of all the little things, please welcome FC Karkur, FC Masterplan, FC Mercury, FC Kestrel, and FC K1P1.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming out. We're really excited to hear all of your ideas. We have a bit of a little presentation behind us, but the majority of this, if you've seen the videos from last time or previously, or know anything about how we kind of run this, it's really audience participation mostly. We're here to kind of hear, ask questions, get some clarity on potentially some of the little things that you're thinking about. But otherwise, if you don't participate, it's going to be a weird 45 minutes. Mercury, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we're going to do?
Yes, so for those of you who might not know, Little Things are a project that CCP-FC Karkur has been working on for more than 10 years, I believe. These are quality of life improvements, suggestions that come from players, and they are characterized by 3 features. They're not risky, they're not overly complex, and they're not controversial. So if you have suggestions that follow in this category, we would love to hear about them. And the way we're going to do this, in a few moments, you will see a slide with a mock-up of a card, which is similar to the ones that you found on your seats or you were given. These cards, you can use them, there you go, to write down your suggestions. And please try to keep it short, but in the format that we would like to see is, as you can see now, a little title that summarizes what you would like us to take a look at, a note with details, and then you can write like some context, details on when it occurs, just to help us understand like what is it that you're asking. Please try to write only on one side. We have more cards if you need them. And we have 2 mics, 1 per side. So once you have written down your suggestion, you can come to the mic and tell us about it. And don't worry if you don't have enough time to write it or read it, or if you don't feel comfortable about reading it on a mic. We are going to collect them at the end. You can leave them on your seats, and we're just going to grab them. Please try to write legibly.
Yes. Our glamorous assistant is here with more pens or index cards. We do have a limited amount of pens, so you do need to share with your fellow people. And even if you do stand up and say it in the microphone, we do need you to write it down because we're not taking notes. So if you want to read it off the card or whatever, but we need it written down so that we'll have it afterwards.
I just want to add that we are also going to have the box where you can put the cards after this session, so don't worry about writing everything now. You have like plenty of time to put more thought into it and like leave it after the session. So.
Cool. So if anyone who's raring to go, feel free to, we can go back and forth between the mics, and yes, exactly. They announced.
Maybe we can go. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get started, just I know that the voice announced us, but we can maybe quickly give you a little bit of background as to who we are and what we do, so that the questions that we maybe ask you will make a little bit more sense as to where they're coming from. I'm FCK1P1, and I produce these lovely people next to me, so I'm mostly herding their the cats that they are.
I'm Karkur. I'm a programmer.
I am Mercury, and I'm a UI UX designer on the team. Please don't hate me because I do the UI.
I'm FC Masterplan, software engineer on EVE Gameplay.
And I'm FC Castro, game designer on the same team.
Awesome. Because the left is the best, then we'll start over here.
A major request I guess I have is, could you make it so I can disable the Warp 2 flavor text, like when I go to an 8 out of 10 or 10 out of 10? I've gone to my 150th and still get the notification. Is there a way for me to or you guys to click an option to say, I don't want to see this again? Similar to how LP is, you're like, do you want to share LP to your 10 friends in Fleet? And I can say yes or no, or don't ask me this again. Is there a way to enable that, to don't show me this again for the 300th time I've warped to the last room in the 8 out of 10, and I'm like on 6 accounts, and I'm like, no, I've got to close out of all of these.
Are you talking about the stuff that was added last?
Yeah, the text that pops up that says, hey, you're entering the last room of this administration, and this is what's in your flavor text. So I have to close out of 6 clients every time. It's like, it just gets annoying.
Yeah.
It's the pop-up with the flavor text,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
okay.
so
I
you
just
could-
want an option to say, don't show this to me again, and then go into settings where you can reset those settings. Is there a way to enable that? It's something small, but it just gets annoying after 10 years of playing and constantly warping to these sites.
Yeah, I think we can at least look into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Make sure to
suggestion.
write it down.
Yes, write it down.
Wait, and then we're going to go to the right.
Hello, so my main one is a watch list. You can add anyone in your fleet to your watch list except for yourself. And it's really annoying, especially if you're trying to multi-box like 2 or 3 logi at a time, how there's depending on where you are in the alphabet for your personal name, everyone gets moved into different locations. Especially when, for me, all my characters start with the same 2 or 3 characters. So that whole little section gets kind of jumbled up. So it'd just be really nice if you just add yourself to watch list. It also helps from quality of life and accessibility, where if you have a narrow field of vision, you're only able to look at the watch list. To look at your own health, you got to keep moving your eyes to somewhere else on the screen. So, yeah.
But could you not just put yourself at the top of the list?
You cannot add yourself
Yeah,
to the
all
watch
right,
list.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Can look into it.
Maybe a pin option. Would you like to be able to? Sorry.
No, literally just add myself to the watch list.
Yeah.
Just treat it like any other ship in the fleet.
Yeah, and because you were talking about what if I have a narrow field of vision, would you find useful if you could also be able to pin a name in the watch list?
Well, you can already kind of move people
Move
and watch
them
list to
around,
wherever
so,
you
yeah.
want. So yeah, just literally just treat it like any other capsuleer in the fleet.
Yeah,
And
just add
add
yourself.
it myself there, drag
Yeah.
my name from the chat into the watch list. I think that's the smallest amount of development.
Yeah.
So.
I think this is could be an example of sometimes you guys ask us for something and then we want to know the context and then maybe we come up with something different that hopefully addresses your concern. But I think we definitely can look into how we can solve
Yeah.
that
Thank you.
problem. Thank you.
Hi there, Pastor Jay from Kitchen Sinkhole. We hit our bookmark folder
Bingo!
limit. Can we have more, please?
It was 3. We had a bet as to when we were going to get a bookmark little thing, and you guys made it to 3, though. That's pretty good.
Number 2, quickly, if we're in a fleet and we're scanning, could we give the site that we've scanned to the whole fleet? That would really help us collaborate on scanning. We jump a new static and we want to do that in a few of us. It would be really helpful to be populating that together.
When you say give, how do you mean give? Like a broadcast style?
Well, I would say if one of us in the fleet scans down a asteroid belt, why can't the whole fleet be able to warp to the asteroid belt? Why can't we collaborate on scanning our space like that? And the third little one is in wormhole space, every single hole is -1 security status in that top left, which is giving you the information. Wouldn't it be much more helpful to have C1, C2, C3, like just to help a new player know what space they're in? Because it doesn't matter that it's -1, that has no impact on gameplay whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
So for the first one, when you are repairing heat on a module and running another module, say you're running your prop mod and you're repairing your shield booster, if you then try to heat the prop mod, it turns off the prop mod. Could you enable it so that it just ignores the heat command and continues running instead of turning off the module? I think for a lot of people in this room, that probably gets us killed more often than not. And then second of all, kind of is something for when you are, say, running end of your clip with, say, lead, and you want to switch to antimatter, you have 2 shots left. You either have to have auto reload off and then go select it yourself after that runs out, or you have to stop that module early and then reload to a new ammunition. If you had a queue so that I could say, then reload to antimatter at the end of that clip, that would be kind of nice. And then you mentioned pinning, just to piggyback off another one. You mentioned pinning fleet mates. Every time you join a fleet, I think a lot of us here are adding our same, pilots to that watch list. It would be very nice to have a pin. Like, that's a great idea, where they populate every time you join the fleet with the same people, something along those lines.
Thank you.
Awesome, great suggestion. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sven Bauer, also known as Pie for Peter. You owe me 3 beers. I had 2 things. The first one is unique icons for all active modules. I fly a Widow a lot. The burst jam and the multi-spec ECM are the same exact module icon, but they do very different things.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm tackling a Titan and I'm trying to jam off something killing our Hick, don't really want to press the burst jam button, but they look identical. It'd be cool to have like completely unique ones for that. The other one is, and we've seen this recently with the Azerial loss in Atioth, having module size indicators for stuff like plates, MWDs, because like when you're looking at your inventory in the icon view, the name like Shadow Serpentis is all that you see, and there's no indication of like, I don't know if it's a 5MN, 50MN, 500MN. Having like a little S, M, L, XL would be really cool, just in the little icon. I think Emma already does that, but just having that for like modules that have different sizes would be cool. And then the other one is a UI indicator for plugged-in implants. So like similar to drugs in the top left when you're undocked, having just something to see that like, oh, I am in my high grades, maybe I don't want to be in them. Like at the top without having to open the character sheet, go to the like implants and click 3 times, that'd be cool. And then the last one would be having standings tags in local. Like, so when you add somebody to watch list or to your buddy list, there's a little red dot on the right side of the local entry. Having like a little note icon that you could hover to see the standings note would be really cool. It's like if I'm hunting someone and they're set -10, I want to see why they're set -10. And currently you have to like open up their character and then hover in the bottom left of the character icon. So that'd be cool.
Cool, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I think like all of the icon suggestions, at least to me, seem feasible.
Yeah. We've been trying to update them.
To update icons, a
Yeah,
little
like
bit more.
the damage mods already got updated, which is really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
But just having like the rest of that, especially for the active mods,
Yeah.
because they're a lot more, like there's a lot more error there. Like,
If you
possible,
on your
so-
card, if you want to specifically call out the biggest kind of sometimes
Yeah,
just
I
having
can
the
list
list.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. That'd be good.
all right,
Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm Nath from Kitchen Sinkhole, and I also have a thing for bookmarks. As you probably heard, we have a lot of bookmarks, and they constantly accumulate, and we let our new players to add and delete bookmarks, but there are no logs for bookmarks deletion. So when someone deletes by accident or because we have spies, the bookmark for return, we don't know who did that. It would be nice to have some sort of logs, because we already have logs for looting, we already have logs for ISK transfers. Well, also that one will be nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Peanuts from Imitar Fleet Alliance. I burn out a lot of modules. And I know in the UI already we have options to have a numerical percentage for armor, shield, and hull. Is it possible to have that for modules as well instead of the blinky red ring? I know you can mouse over it, but I'm not usually doing that in the middle of a fight.
Okay. You could, yeah, you can get.
My biggest worry there is just we don't have any space for it. So, like, where would we put that? But I'm sure that's something we, like the UI team can, like.
The information is already there, but it's behind a hover, right?
Yeah, you got to hover over the module.
Yeah, we can definitely take a look at it and see if we can make it more explicit.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've recently introduced some pretty great changes to the watch list, the double wide column and the auto open on fleet join, which is a great change. But can that be an optional client profile setting so that not every character you have gets a watch list on fleet join? Some you may not want it or not need it, but you then have to go and close it for everyone. And the other one is, can we have the ability to select multiple watch list entries and change their color all at the same time? Right now, you can only change their color one at a time, and it's infuriating.
We can look into it, but I have a feeling that, like, the way the watch list is set up, like, it doesn't allow multi-select, and I just fear that they're going to have, like, some consequences to introduce that, but definitely something we can look into. Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Fleet setup management. So the ability to do adds, updates, or modifications to stored fleet setups, including things like corporate alliance sharing of fleet setups. That's a tool possible within that framework. And I've got one for brackets always show ship text is a config setting in a file. Can that be put somewhere into the overview settings area?
That is one of those things, like, it is easy to do, but we don't want to, like, we don't know what happens if you're, like, in a big fight, and it's kind of difficult for us to have that, like, fully supported in the client, and then we just crash all the clients, because...
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So it's, like, we could easily do it, but it's a bit risky, I think. Okay. So we've kind of stayed away from it. And there's a way for you to do it yourself. So if you do it yourself, you're assuming the risk that it could go wrong. It's not, like, built into the client.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to shift gears. I'm Kiriana Rhodes from Clockwork Angels. My suggestion is called Fix the Skinner Studio Lightbox. I run a Skinner shop, and the only negative feedback I've ever gotten from a skin was this looks entirely different than it did when you showed me the preview. The colors are not true to life when they come out. Y'all are releasing brand new colors and patterns with every single event, and half the time I had to create a completely different catalog of colors so people can see what they might actually look like. The underside of the ship is in shadow every time. The iridescent colors don't come out correctly. If you fix this, I will run a Skinner 101 panel at Fanfest next year. Please fix this. Talk to me. I will show you what to do.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I think I remember when they were setting those up, they had to find one profile which was sort of the most generic one, because so many systems have incredibly different skyboxes, and it was hard to find one that was, okay, this is going to work in the blue systems and the white systems and so on. But I agree, having the one...
No, you could fix that. The problem is that it's a fixed point light camera that follows the exact same part of the ship and doesn't have any, like, saturation or warmth on the light. If you can change that using the orbital cameras as positioning, it is doable. We can see, if I can see the butt of the ship, life would be a lot better. And I know it's doable.
Thank you.
Hi, Nerialka from Signal Cartel. I've got one about bookmarks as well.
Okay.
We do a lot of them. My pet peeves is when I mistakenly set a bookmark to never expire, and I cannot undo that.
Yeah, I think that's on our short list to do. So we're probably going to be doing that soon.
Maybe for shared folders, it would have to be something possible only for admins of the folder, or to be possibly forbidden in shared folder by the admins. But that's something that is annoying.
Yep.
And two little Skinner's things as well, and one for designing. It would be nice to know where the emblems for Corp and Alliance will be on the ship, to make sure that your design will not interfere with those emblems. So just little circle to tell you where they are when you design. And when you buy, could it be possible when you're looking for a skin to filter by color? I want a pink shape, I want a yellow shape. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dex Griff, Defiance Metalworks. Two things. First, Rorquals. Currently, for the fuel bay, you have to go and share for your isotopes for jumping and your heavy water. Would it be possible to go and have two bays, one specifically for the isotopes and then also one for the heavy water?
Technically, yes. I don't know if there's a particular game design reason why there's a combined sort of budget for the thing. Do you know?
It might just be having like more bays just makes things a bit more confusing, because like the Rockall already has the ore hangar, the fleet hangar, and the fuel bay. Like we can always add another bay that only takes heavy water and then change the other one to only take isotopes if we wanted to. But just having them combined in both just seems like better for usability overall.
No. Second question, for the station skins, whenever you go and design something, there's no cost displayed for how much it will cost for Evermarks. Is there a way that we can go and get that changed so it will actually display the cost? Because if you don't have a structure anchored, you can't see the cost for that.
I'm just going to say, like, I don't think any of us know anything about Skinner.
Master Plan, I think you did some Skinner stuff.
Thanks. I wasn't involved in the UI design of it. I imagine we do have that data, so I guess we can get it. It would make sense to put it in the UI for sure. Yeah.
We're still interested in them. We just it's not a neighborhood that we hang out in a lot, but we know where they live.
But yeah, make sure it's written down. That's definitely one we can poke the right people about.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rad Starchaser. I'm from What Could Possibly Go Wrong, and I have an idea for your guys' new player experience that you guys could augment pretty heavily right now. And generally, the idea is that EVE players are very good at documentation. We've produced God knows how much documentation. And just in the AI talk over there, Andrea and Bolton was saying, hey, I'm just using Gemini 4 to help me through the new player experience. Why couldn't you just include, because the model for Gemini 4 is very, very small. Like, you could include it in the client levels of small. And you could have that guide players through and tell them what options there are. Now, before you boo me, guess what? I have ADHD, and I use it as a prosthesis for my memory. Suck it.
I think that's definitely at least not a little thing.
Yeah. But it's a fair suggestion. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello. Small quality of life improvement for industry. Would it be possible to do multi-build like we have multi-buy? Like I'm doing like a lot of jobs, especially when you do the same item a ton of time. It's a lot of clicks. And sometimes if you have like 200,000 BPCs, the industry window is just gonna lag out and can take like minutes to switch jobs.
Yeah, right? You go. You go.
Yes, we did. This came up a few times last Fanfest, I think, and has come up in the forum thread that we have. And we're going to look into it. I don't think we have gotten the time, but it was
No.
something we were going to look into and see what. we
Yeah,
can
it's
do about
definitely
that.
not the first time that we hear about
No,
it,
no.
so it's something that's on our plate.
Yes, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But be sure to write it down.
Yeah.
So we can
Hi, Ed Hunan from Iron Whales and Goonswarm. And I don't know if it was any of you that did it, but the compression feature for mining, whoever designed it, come find me. I'm going to buy you drinks. Because that is the greatest improvement in the last forever. And that's my next suggestion. If you could add a second key that would stack all after you compress all, would be such a quality of life improvement for everybody multi-boxing miners and the thing. And it's that simple. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I have one question. Would you like the two actions to be separate, or would you like it to be automatically? Either or. Okay. Yeah. So you just press one button, and it stocks them as well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
The new map is great. Let me just say that up front. But there's still a couple features I find myself going back to Dotland for. The ability to measure jump range from a system, not just I'm in a capital ship in a system and can see the systems in range. I want to be able to click on a system and see everything in 5, everything in 8, everything in 10. And then the ability to click on a system, then click on another system and see the distances between them on the 2D map would be very nice.
I don't know how much I can share, but we did chat to Walari, and that was part of the plan. However, like with the time that we had and what we were going for, it fell out of the production plan. But that is something that we've looked into it, and maybe in the future could be something that we add.
Yeah.
One more small thing that's still on Dotland that isn't in game. You can see the indexes for systems. You cannot see the ADMs for the systems looking on the map. That would be a very nice quality of life improvement. And in Dotland, you can see if the SOV hub is reinforced. You have to right-click on a system and show info to see that information in game right now. It's visible, but it'd be very nice to have as a map filter. Final thing, as just a UI thing, if we could set the transparency of different windows independently, it'd be very nice. And possibly like click to opacity.
Just on the self-reinforcing, you or anyone else don't see any issues with making that easily available to everybody all of the time?
I mean, they can already see it in Dotland, and
Right.
you can right-click on systems. The information is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ESI has it.
Yeah, so just so we're clear then, people would be okay with making that even more easily available rather than less
Unless
visible.
you remove the ESI endpoint and want to make it opaque, that's fine
Well, that's
too,
it.
but
So whenever
be
we have
consistent.
whenever we have a difference between what you can get from route A versus route B, which one do we go? Because obviously we want them to match. Do we make the client match easy, or do we make easy match the client?
It should be visible in client, I think would be better.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to note, the 2D map, that was like our first iteration, so it's like the beginnings, and then we always have more things that we want to. But yeah, these are good suggestions. Thank you.
But also, that could actually be a controversial thing, so we would probably not.
SOV hub.
The SOV hub, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
the map
thank you for the
filters, yeah.
suggestion, though. It's still fine to bring it up.
Hi, so building on the compression functionality, it would be great if you create it into one button and you then compress, but you should be aware that currently if you have a lot of stacks of ore, you then put into a corp hanger and then you click stack all, this causes tie-dye.
Right.
So while this is fixable by pre-stacking, you might want to look at why it causes tie-dye. I imagine that's important for you.
Yeah. It's a good point. Thank you.
Hi. So there was a lot of improvements to scanning over the years. Thank you very much. So one more thing maybe is scan 6 if you log out, or after downtime, you keep your scan 6 and you do not have to rescan everything.
I think we've done a little bit of work on that, but we'll try to, we'll look into it. Thanks.
Hey guys,
I flew 4,000 kilometers to do 2 things today. One, a compliment for the UI team. I've just got nothing but glowing things to say about it. It's a good direction, and having been a part of the UI panel downstairs yesterday about the direction you are taking it, just keep going. It just needs iteration and polish. Secondly, for the, I believe it's Mercury, last year when all of your UI changes came in, to give context, I make content for Only Fleets. I do all of the videos. When I take a jump gate, when I encounter a session change, when I take a Titan bridge, a Blops, wherever, if I have my UI toggled off, in the middle of that jump tunnel, my UI comes back on. When I'm doing filming across multiple clients, if I tell all of my guys to take a gate, I have to quickly control F9 multiple times to get that UI to come back, or to disappear rather. And I think it would just be super cool if you could just make my UI stay off constantly.
Yeah, I think that's just a defect that.
Yeah,
just a bug we
it
need
was
to
literally
fix.
just,
Yep.
It came in just after a couple of UI changes, and it's only on session changes, essentially.
Okay.
And that was it, so thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hi, I'm actually happy that the guy before me already brought the blueprint topic up, so I don't need to do it. But the second thing is, can we search for item IDs, maybe in the asset window or in the inventory window? Because with all the abyssals we have, and I know a lot of us have thousands of abyssals, and we all using third-party tools to sort them. It would be nice when the third-party tool gives us the item ID, which is technically possible, that we can just search for the item ID, because currently it's solved with, yeah, this item is in this container, and if you extend your window to 10 items per row, then it will be in row 7, the 5th item. And would be a huge quality of life thing is if we can just search for an item ID and get the item directly.
Yeah, I mean, normally we don't expose the item IDs in the client. Obviously, through the easy side of things, then everything is referenced by ID. One of the reasons we don't do that is we don't make any promises that that format is going to stay consistent. We might release a patch tomorrow that changes all the item IDs, so we don't want you to kind of build things that rely on them being consistent. But for something kind of that short time scale of, I've got the number here, I want to find it over here, then that might be a good way of doing it. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rathon Altul from Storm Chasers. Can we please have a complete overhaul of corp management settings? That is the bane of CEOs.
100%
agree. 100% not a little thing, unfortunately. But yes, very much hear you.
Yeah. Right now, you can hide your route, you can hide the ESS. Would it be possible to just be able to break those up into individual sections to be able to move them to specific locations on the screen where you want them? Just those sections, you know, if I want ESS or I never want a CSS, hide it and it goes away, but I want to move my route to a different section of the screen.
So you can't, yeah, I think so. You can't move them to some completely different place, but you can reorder them and you can hide them.
Right. I want to move them because I don't like them all on the one side.
Yes, that's not going to be a little thing at least,
Oh.
but we...
I'm trying.
Yes.
Can we sort chat by standings?
No.
But we appreciate your input. Thank you.
Well, I think we could technically, but I don't think we want to do that.
So this goes back to one of the points you made earlier. Rather than what is it you want to do? You know, what's the aim of doing that? I know you've left the mic now, so.
Sorting chat so that I can see if a hostile comes into local, they're in a separate, their name's not mixed in the alphabet.
Right. So for the stream and the people, the answer is so you can see if there's a hostile coming in, they're going to come to the top of the bottom of the list, right? Is that a solution that we should be building into chat, or is that a solution we should be building a better, different tool for?
Yeah.
But yeah, great suggestion, thanks.
Okay, I think we're, yeah.
I'm back again. I didn't know we could do multiple while up here, so I went back to the line.
for it.
But my second one brought up, so I build capital modules and I sell capital module packs to people in the Imperium, and there's a small frustration, and I understand what you're saying, like this may not be the perfect solution, but like right now, how I do it is if you buy like a super pack, I have a multi-fit on a freighter that has all the modules in the cargo, so it just fills it up, boom. Except fighters and like drones, they don't go into cargo no matter what you do. You can't. There's no way to multi-fit something into cargo, even if I follow the appropriate, standard that has been laid out for how to do, like how Python and stuff export the game understands. And I put it into the cargo, the game automatically tries to put them into a fighter bay and will not go into that freighter. So it's really annoying. It's not so annoying when it's like someone's buying like one pack, but let's say that, we're doing like a deployment or something and they need like, 50 carrier fits here, 100 carrier fits here, just manually dragging that amount of fighters into like little chunks. And then, I don't know, it's just really annoying. So it'd be great. And obviously the multi-fit tool may not be the perfect solution to make module packs, but it is a little thing solution that you can just allow it to actually go into cargo instead of always defaulting it to the fighter bay.
Yep, we can look into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, would it be possible to have effectively an ACL for fleet invites that's beyond Corp, Alliance or Standings, so that if you are in a fleet with people you're actively red with, but you're joining their fleet, you can join their fleet automatically without somebody having to follow X's all the time? Or for public fleets as well. So you have an ACL for a public fleet that's all the stragglers that will come along on a public fleet, they'll automatically see that advert and not have to have somebody who's already busy taking X's.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before, but that would be like limited to on join. Like we would not be keeping track of, is this person still on the ACL? Let's kick them. It would be like, are you on the ACL when you try to join? If you are, you can join. After that, it's just you're in the fleet. But yeah, we have at least talked about it, so we'll see what happens.
And the second question is, are we ever going to increase the maximum fleet size?
I don't think it's a little thing, at least. I don't know. We've never talked about it, I think.
Yeah, there's not huge technical reasons why we couldn't. The UX would need to start rethinking more as the numbers get bigger and bigger. Obviously, the game design balance is balanced around that, especially with the skills and the boosts and everything else. It's always a thing that's worth looking at.
But I think it would fall out of the little things because now you have it might cause some performance issues, and that kind of falls into more risky, more time-consuming things. So, but good point, though.
Thank you.
Hi, Tur from Strix. I have a couple ones. One being the watch list. Could we have profiles? So where, say, you can select and automatically watch list ology or like a composition, and also automatically color code them. Outside of that, bookmarks, I know you had the question. Could we have custom timers for deletions? Because in wormhole space, you often forget to change it, and then you make a bunch of bookmarks, and then it's really hard to undo that mistake. And also to touch on the subject of item ID, it would be nice, because some of us has like 1,000 abyssals, to have a filter where you could select, I want these stats, show me the module, even if it's in a can or whatever, but also generally, I want these items, just show me all of them so I can drag them somewhere. That would be huge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, FC Trash Mob QA lead.
Who let you in?
They can't get me rid of me. This is less so a little thing for you guys, but this is just easier than setting up my own talk, because I'm hearing a lot of things that are suggestions and then a lot of things that are defects. I know it can be super frustrating to not hear feedback on bug reports, but I would just ask, when you do hit things that are defects, keep the player bug reports coming. We are reading them, we are processing them. Some of them we're processing a little faster than others, but they're hugely important for putting together the actual player impact. So if we get one bug report from one guy who says, oh, my UI reappeared on a jump, we're like, it's kind of a weird little thing. If we get 15 of them, there's something here. Not from the same guy. If you just file the same report 15 times, yeah. But yeah, just, if you and your buddies have problems, file the reports.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank
Love your work.
Hunter Hughes back again for Strix and Rage Quit. I think this is something that we can all have frustration with. Can you allow us to be able to drag unique modules without having to unfit and refit? For example, a DCU, if you try to drag it to a different slot, you'll have to unfit it and then put it back in the slot that you'd like. It's a huge time saver we all struggle with. And then a small one. Would you allow us to be able to kind of change color gradients in the map? Things when you have, you're filtering for docked pilots, for example, things can kind of, with the extremes of, say, 500 people in a standing, it kind of, you lose your gradient level across the rest of, 20, 15, 30 pilots in different places.
You can already.
You can?
Yes.
Well, all right.
There are filter settings.
All right, Nick, you hear that?
Yeah, no, take a look at it. There are filter settings that allow you to explicitly say the range that you want to be visualized on a map. So if you want to just see like from 0 to 5, for instance, the whole color range is just going to show you that.
Oh, but I mean with the specific colors themselves.
And there are different palettes, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. So I do want to, if you're in line, then you should stay in line, but we only have about 4.5 minutes left. So let's just get the people that are in line, and then and we'll finish up that way.
I know that faction warfare is the highlight now and for a little while, and then expansion is going to be doing stuff with this. One of the problems with it currently is when you do either direct enlistment, and there's no timer telling you how long you have left until you can re-enlist. So you leave to go do something else, you go to Jeter or whatever, you don't know when you can go back in. You have to just sit in a station and keep trying it. So a timer for that would be super helpful. And then also for Corps and Alliances joining and leaving, the situation is really weird. If you leave faction warfare after downtime, you have to wait 24 hours, and then you're in like this half-enlisted state until downtime hits again. And the same thing when leaving or joining. Both of those are really weird, and they cause super weird interactions with war decks and stuff like that.
Yeah, for Corps, for join and delay is 24 hours and then the next downtime, which is,
But you get in a weird half-enlisted state in the meantime, so that sucks. But then also the timer for direct enlistment would be super cool.
Cool, thank you.
Hello. I really like salvaging structures, mainly for the SARs and keep SARs. So recently the Imperium's been quite busy. My question about this specifically is when you are, for example, in a Roar Core or any ship for that matter, salvaging a structure and you go above your item level, so you have a full cargo hold, the rest will spawn in a 5 EHP can. When you're salvaging a keep SAR, that tends to drop 40 to 50 billion ISK. Would it be possible to change the cargo can maybe to a hangar container with a little bit more HP? So if it's like a difficult fight, you could still shoot the can to deny the ISK or try to steal it. But right now it just dumps and an Ares can fly by, take a pot shot, and 60 billion ISK is just gone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you make it so you can share watch lists like overview tabs? So you can just drag it into chat and then people can click your watch list and they get your watch list with the colors, the order, and all that. That'd be...
Perhaps, yeah. We can look into it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Hyper from a small corp called Karma Fleet. Is there any chance that we can get the color of the character or structure jumping to show up, like alliance standings of the person and the jump to? So you can see if it's
Wouldn't
blue.
that take away all of the fun?
It doesn't sound controversial at all. Thank you.
Good idea.
Hello.
FC Trash Panda. When organizing modules, you have to use station containers to organize them out. Could we not just have corp hangar divisions for personal hangars?
Can't believe it took one of us to come and ask that kind of question. Corp hangers for personal use, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Good idea. Not little.
You sit right next to us. What is going on?
I don't think we take suggestions from developers.
Hey again. During LAN party, someone on the bus suggested an amazing idea for us wormholers and everyone to have a second slider on your D-scan that shows the minimal range so that you can D-scan. So basically what you can do right now is you D-scan and then you D-scan in a smaller range and you just exclude the ship that you've seen on the small range. What would be nice if you can set the minimal range so you can exclude your fleet that is around you and then go to the max range. And and the second thing is, or at least just exclude anyone who is in kilometers range around you. And the second thing is when wormhole collapses, when you roll it, other guys that clicked the button to jump the wormhole, they get stuck in this weird state that says that the traffic control says okay, and you're stuck in the same space, and you have to either wait for 3 minutes or you have to relog for you to pop back. Yeah.
That's a defect, and I believe right now that's assigned to the Trelamba team, but it could also be an engine defect. I know it's been a defect since 2017.
A long time. Yeah.
It's a long-standing one. Mick Fightmaster, the Wormhole CSM, brought it up in the CSM summit. So it's assigned to a team. It's just when they get time to look at it. But it is a defect.
But the
it's
more
not a little
defects
thing.
you send, the more, Trash Map was saying.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I drag on treasure into my hoard? Okay. Also, can capsulers also have since this universe has a genetic modification and stuff, would it be able to have capsules have their reptile skin instead of human skin? Thank you.
Not a little thing.
No. Thank you.
As someone who has recently been involved with packing up and evacing a region, can we get a fix to the remote asset trash behavior? Being told that the shuttle in the station next door is out of my reach when I try and trash it is really annoying. So, and can we split item stacks on shift click? The ability to split stacks directly in half with a shift click.
Are you talking about splitting into multiple
Yes, so if
stacks?
you've got a stack of items and you shift click it, it will split into 2 even stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to drag and drop and then tell it the quantity you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to save on clicks with just shift click and click instead of having to shift and drag and then type in a number for the new stack. Just divide them in 2.
Yeah. I would think so. It's not my suggestion.
I will say this does seem somewhat controversial, just in the room.
Yeah, but
that surprises me.
It is actually interesting because this is one of those things that if you've played other games and then you arrive to EVE, you might have that expectation.
Yeah.
But also EVE being a game that's been around for 20-something years, there are legacy behaviors that some players already are acquainted to, and breaking those patterns can cause frustration.
Yeah.
So I really actually love that you brought it up because it's something that I think about a lot. So thank you.
Well, it seems my Corpy is not alone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone seems to want to have more stuff with the watch list. However, if you're doing combat probing, we really don't want to see our fleet members. So could we get a filter to filter out fleet members from combat probes? Might be controversial, but.
Yeah, we can look into it. Thank you.
Hi, I have a lot of little things, but I would like to bring just one.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're running out of time.
Yes.
Do I
in
know
the
it
interest of
already?
time. Can we please merge BPCs with the same MENT parameters? It reduces. Thank you. There are two big reasons for that. One is just reduce the inventory clutter and look the hangers and everything. And the second is some items are just so short to make and they're invented and therefore there's a limited amount of runs. A lot of people would just skip making those items because it's just they can't log in every hour to restart the jobs and like they would rather make something bigger. And this would make life easier.
Yeah, BPC management is a real pain, and there's definitely a lot of things we could do to improve that, so sure.
Thank you.
The same thing, exactly the same thing, so I'm going to leave the queue because I had the same question.
Thank you.
But I was going to say create a job type so that you have to do that in a research station.
That's a
So
good
it wouldn't be
idea, yeah.
instant, it would be like you would have to take a slot to merge a BPC together. That was my idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the PI blinking button. He told me about it yesterday.
It'd be really neat if the Garistas Victory skin had the new Garistas ships added to it, because it has the rookie ship and the Titan and all the other caps even.
Oh, yes.
Very
That
little.
does sound fair.
There's also a couple of Marshall skins that never got released, I think. There was the prototype one and then the Project Discovery one.
Okay. Yep. Thank you so much.
That too.
These last two.
Hi. When doing industry, I would like to be able to change the destination after the job started. I don't know if that's doable, but sometimes in a corp, you pick out the wrong output hangar, and you want to switch that. So it would be nice to be able to do so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Avid Wormholer here. Could we get a undo button on the changes that we did to the probe scanner, that now it just brings up ping and everybody who's in that system, if there's a new SIG, it just automatically pops up on the probe scanner, the new SIG? Is it possible to bring it back to maybe 2015, 2014, where wormholes is actually dangerous and mysterious?
I was going to say, this feels like anytime we're like bringing it back, overhaul, I feel like we need to premise a little bit these suggestions again with you all. Yeah, but thank you. Yeah. So we are over time, but it's been a journey and a half. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate your thoughts. We're going to have the box about at least by the info desk, and if not, we'll leave a note there. But we'll leave if you leave anything that you have on the chairs, we'll come and collect them. And then if you have extra index cards that you want to write something in, like later today or even tomorrow, you can either find one of us or find the box over by the info desk, and then we'll keep collecting them so you don't have to have them all right away. So thank you so much.